Today I'm doing rear struts on my 2006 Subaru Forester. You've got to take this little cover off the back here so you can access these 3 screws. There's a Phillips goes right here and then the cover will pop off. That holds the top. Then these 2 19s right here hold the bottom. You want to be careful, make sure that you don't put any stress on your brake line. I jacked up the car, took off the wheel, I put an extra jack under the steering knuckle just so it doesn't drop and strain the brake line. I also found it's easier to get it out if you loosen the sway bar link because you're not fighting the suspension. Okay, so a couple of things to note. Most sway bars have some kind of counter hold. This one you can put a wrench on this side to loosen the nut. Some of them have an Allen on the end. That way if it just spins you can figure out how you counter hold it. Also, when you put your strut back together, make sure your mount is lined up the way that it's supposed to be. Otherwise you'll have it, 90 degrees off and it won't go back together and you'll have to compress the spring again. I just look at my old one and see where the spring went and kind of line it up that way when I put it back together. Okay. My helper B taking the upper nuts off. So once you get the strut assembly out, if you can buy a strut with a spring and a mount already all together, then do that because it'll save you some extra work, but that wasn't available on the rear for my Forester. So I have a new strut, I have a new mount, I've rented a spring compressor tool, that's this guy here. Be very, very careful because this is dangerous. I rented this tool from O'Reilly. You want to check it out because this first one I got, you see right here the threads are stripped, so I had to go to a second store and get a second tool. So you put this on either side of the spring and you tighten it down so that it compresses the spring so that the strut is loose in here. And then I have a angled wrench that I can put on the nut, and then there's an Allen in here. So once you loosen the nut, you can take the strut out and swap this spring over to the new strut. Pay attention that you get the spring correctly in the seat down here and that, just put it together the way you found it.